Boy, oh boy. It is time. It's time to begin. Time to begin the end. The Monsters and Sunshines here in the 7-game series. Oh, this is gonna be so awesome. Yo, welcome Forgotten Variant. Nice to see you back as always. Let's see. Let's jump right into it. Alright. Yeah, that was bad. Well, let me restart the game. Bang. Alright. There we go. Gotta start going quick because this is going to take a very long time otherwise. Bowser is hosting this first game. Let me pull up the rosters. Okay, I got Dry Bones in left field. Bowser on first, Dark Bones is pitching. Hammer goes third. I think this is it. Hold on. Blue Bones. Oh. Nope. Switch these two. That's good. Yeah. Surely. And Mario, the Sunshines. Still no idea how they made it here. What an incredible run they've had. But here they are. Now I need the Sunshines roster. Okay. Yellow Pianta's on third. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Boom. Ready to go for game one. Almost. Okay, Bowser. Then Boomerang, bro. Yeah. Alright. Now the Sunshines. I do think I remember this one. Yup. Yeah, that's it. We are ready to begin so quickly. We're starting off on Bowser Castle. 7 innings, no mercy. Hold on, let me save the state. And let us begin the first game. This is the start of an exciting series, the finale, the Superstar Series. Mario Sunshine's taking on the Bowser Monsters. Oh, hold on. Let me pull up the series thing. Yeah. Look at that. Bam. And Green Noki leads off well for the Sunshines, getting on base. First at-bat of the season, of the series. Blue Pianta up now. 2 strikes. He hits it deep. It's not going to be gone. It's off the thwomp, but that will put runners on corners. Green Noki's going home. Ah, she gets thrown out. Rough play calling there. So that means there's only 1 runner on for Blue Noki now. I appreciate that the Sunshines are willing to take risks to try and win here. especially with them being such an underdog. But you do gotta play it safe sometimes. And a strikeout there from Blue Noki is not gonna help. Now there's 2 outs on the inning. Red Pianta, though, hits it through an infield gap. And a fireball hits Dry Bones in the outfield. Red Noki. Can the Sunshines get a 2-out rally and score the first run of this game? A star hit to the outfield, but Bowser Jr. is under it. That ends the inning, nothing for the Sunshines. That brings up the Monsters offense now. Certainly the most dangerous in the league. One count for Dry Bones. Strike 2 there. The count is back to even. And a good slap hit into right field. Dry Bones will make it on base. Now we got Dark Bones. He'll hit a ground ball. It'll be a double play. That means Bowser's up with no one on base and 2 outs. Even if he does manage to hit a home run, it'll only just be the one. This is the best case scenario for the Sunshines. But they strike out Bowser. 3 batters up, 3 batters out. This will bring the Sunshines back to offense, starting with Yellow Pianta. Oh my gosh, high and deep from Yellow Pianta, and it's a home run. The first home run of the series, and it is on Bowser Castle. The hardest map in the game to score on. And yet Yellow Pianta gets it done. He starts off strong for the Mario Sunshines, and now we have the Mario Brothers up to bat. Oh, I've forgotten to read chat. Forgotten Variant says Monsters in 6. That's a solid prediction. Green 49er says Sunshines with the upset. Oh, that was really close. They almost shouldn't get Monty there. Honestly, I think this series could go either way. Monsters definitely have an advantage, but the Sunshines definitely do have the ability to score. So if they manage to get a little bit lucky, then they can definitely do it. But again, they do have to get lucky in a bunch of games in a row. But they're doing well so far. Deep shot from Bowser Jr. will get down in the outfield. It'll be a double for him. The score is still 1-0. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. With Firebro up to bat, he hits it deep, but it's to Blue Noki. She gets the easy out. Hammerbro now, the last member of the death lineup for the Monsters. Hits this one high. That's... Oh, that's to the gap. Just barely. Between the wall and the thwomp. That's a 2-run home run, and the Monsters are in the lead. What a precise shot from Hammerbro. That takes a lot of skill. A lot of practice, perhaps, on this home stadium for the Monsters. But Blue Pianta makes a phenomenal diving play to end the inning. But he'll do the same thing on offense there, putting an easy out to one of the infielders. Blue Noki also thrown out. That's 2 quick outs. A high shot from Red Pianta just barely hits the wall. But it will be a double for him. That brings up the last Noki. Red Pianta, Red Noki. And Red Noki gets a beautiful slap hit. That'll bring home Red Pianta. That ties the score at 2. A wonderful RBI from Noki there. That's the first run not scored off of a home run. And that brings up the final Pianta in the batting lineup. Yellow Pianta. He'll slap it just past Bowser. And Red Noki's going home. But she won't quite get there. Bowser has a very strong arm thrown to home plate. They just catch her out. I'm impressed that the Sunshines have 8 base hits already. And only 2 runs from it. The Sunshines look like they're doing very well offensively, even if they're not quite getting the runs for it. Oop. Dry Bones. Green Dry Bones just goes foul. Deep shot to left field. That's gone. That is a home run over the wall from a Dry Bones. That's insane. Well, Green Dry Bones takes the lead back for the Monsters there. What an insane hit. And now there's 2 more Dry Bones before Bowser and the Death lineup comes back up. The Sunshines are going to have to really lock down for their defense. Forgotten Variant says, okay, Monsters in 5. It's still a close game. Don't count them out yet. That one's going to be off the wall. That'll be a double for Dry Bones. Now we've got Dark Bones. Takes a strike right down the middle. Pickoff attempt. I don't think I've ever seen a pickoff attempt work. Oh, and Blue Pianta bobbles it there. They don't get a single out. They should have definitely gotten 1 from that. But that brings up Bowser with 2 runners on base, no outs. This is absolutely not what the Sunshines want to see right now. Fortunately, Bowser doesn't do anything too crazy, just hitting a ball to the outfield. That'll put runners on the corners. But still no outs. Dangerous spot for the Sunshines to be. Boomerang Bro up to bat now. And he gets a star hit over to left field. That's going to score another runner. Keep runners on the corners again. It's now 2-5 Monsters. They're trying to run away with this one already. Shot to left from Bowser Jr. It is caught. They try and get Bowser home, and they will. A 4-run lead now for the Monsters, 6-2. And the Sunshines are switching out Green Noki. They put Blue Pianta in now. That means they have 2 Nokis in the infield. Usually you want Piantas to be there. They're a little bit bigger. Ooh. A strong hit from Fire Bro, but it goes just foul. That one will not be foul, but will it be blocked by the Thwomps? Yes. Fortunately for the Sunshines. That does still advance Boomerang Bro to third. Putting runners on corners yet again. And still only one out on the inning. Sunshines really need a double play here. Or a strikeout. Anything that doesn't advance runners. And they get a strikeout here. One more to end the inning. A star hit by Blue Drybones, but it dribbles right to Green Noki. She's able to make the play. Sunshines are down already, but they're definitely not out. It's still only a Grand Slam lead. And a high bobble from Blue Drybones gets Luigi to first base safely. Mario's going to slap one over the infield. That's 2 runners on base. That brings up Monty Mole. The undisputed GOAT of this team. Do not check the stats. And that's a double play from Monty. No! Monty runs it out. He may be a terrible batter, but he's got legs. I guess he's not as bad as some of the other characters that aren't even slow enough to escape that. So they've got runners on the corners. Luigi's in scoring position. Green Noki with a laser of a star hit. That's going to score a runner. Monty gets to third. And now the Sunshines are hitting runners on corners. Making up one of those 4 runs. 3-6 now, with Blue Pianta up to bat. Hits one deep to left field into the corner. That's going to score another runner. Put runners on second and third now. It's now a 2-run gap, 4-6. With Blue Noki up to bat. Blue Noki gets caught by Bowser, but they don't quite get the out at third. Monsters try and end the inning right there. But they will have to face Red Pianta now. Darkbones uses a star pitch there for strike 2. And now Red Pianta hits it just on the foul line, and it's fair. They score the tying run. The Sunshines down 4 runs, but make it all up in 1 inning. In the next inning. What a phenomenal run from them. A great inning. The Monsters, they decide to switch out their pitcher. They're putting in Hammer Bro. They can't let Dark Bones keep giving up these runs. Now Red Noki is up to bat. She hits it deep to the outfield gap. That gets down, and the Sunshines are in the lead, 7-6. That's 5 runs on the inning now. What a perfect shot from Red Noki. Exactly what you want to see. And that brings up Yellow Pianta. Hits one deep. Hits the wall. Doesn't quite bounce off the thwomps or potentially go through one of those gaps. Instead, it just hits the wall. But that still is runners on corners for Luigi. He slaps it just over Bowser's head, and that will score another run. Keeping runners on corners. 8-6 now. The Sunshines are up. Crazy rally, absolutely. The Sunshines have now bat through their entire lineup. And Mario brings in another run, 9-6. Sunshine's doing what they need to do. I mean, this is still very similar to what they did in the first couple innings. They just didn't quite get anybody scored off of it. Oh, Monty Mole can't leg that one out, even despite a blue Dry Bones bobble. And that does end the inning there for the Monsters. Monsters take the offensive position now. Quick out there. Down 3 runs now. The Monsters have a lot to make up. Still definitely within striking distance. Again, it is within Grand Slam range. A great shot from Dark Bones. That's going to advance Dry Bones to third. And Dark Bones himself gets to second. 2 runners on for Bowser. And suddenly this game could be tied up. Oh, not quite. It hits off the wall. Hits off the thwomp. It will still score 2 runners. But Bowser himself sits on first. Just 1 out. But here's the death lineup. The most dangerous batting lineup in the league. 5 top-tier power hitters back to back to back. And we have to see how the Sunshines handle this section of the lineup. That's going to determine if they're able to win this series or not. And they get a good strikeout on Boomerang Bro there. That brings up Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. is definitely the weakest power hitter of that lineup. And they do manage to strike him out. They maintain their lead, entering the 5th inning. A bit past the halfway point in this game. And the Sunshines are up, but just by 1 run. It's definitely not a safe lead. They look to try and extend it, while the Monsters look to try and hold them down and keep catching up to that lead. But Green Noki does get on, which leads into Blue Pianta, who hits it just beside Green Dry Bones. They might try and score. No, they don't. They will settle for runners on corners. Blue Noki up now. And I'm just realizing that I switched Blue Noki and Green Noki, but it doesn't really matter. Yeah, it's fine. Green Noki will score off of that. 2 runners on base. And still no outs, I believe. This is a great situation for the Sunshines, as they look to try and extend their lead again. A good star hit to right field, but Bowser Jr.'s there. A great diving play from him. And Red Noki looks to bunt here. Bowser gets the out at second, but not at first. The inning is not over. But good slap from Yellow Pianta there. Gets just over the infielders. And Yellow Pianta slides safely into second. A great RBI double from him there. Extends the lead to 11. 11 to 8. 3-run lead now for the Sunshines. Luigi makes good contact, but it's straight to Dry Bones in the outfield, and that ends the inning. Sunshines now have a bit of a cushion into these last couple power hitters, but they don't want to give up any runs after that. Blue Noki's going to be there to catch this one, and that's 1 Bro taken care of. Next up is Hammer Bro. He'll swing early on that one. 2 strikes. And that's the strikeout. 2 outs on the inning. Monsters may be down a little bit more than they want to be. Especially if the Sunshines can score more runs in next inning. And that'll end the inning. Nothing scored for the Monsters there. Top of the 6th, just 2 innings left for both of these teams. Mario just passed Green Dry Bones. He'll get on base for a single. Monty Mole up to bat. Monty Mole slaps it up the middle. And that'll get down for a base hit. 2 runners on base for Green Noki. She'll star hit, but it goes foul. But she hits another pad to get a star back. Oh, that caught the corner of the plate. That was a crazy pitch by Hammer Bro. And that's a strikeout for the Monsters. Blue Pianta up to bat now. Takes 2 strikes, looking for his pitch. Star hits that one. It will be 1 out, but not 2. The Sunshines are still alive on the inning, hoping to score more runs before giving the Monsters another chance to strike. With runners on corners, a good placed shot by Blue Noki could certainly bring in Mario. That one's going to bounce off of Bowser's head, and it will score Mario. Blue Noki safely makes it to first. An unfortunate bobble by Bowser gives up another run. It's 12-8 now. And that brings up Red Pianta as well. A dangerous power hitter. He'll hit it just over Blue Drybone's head to load the bases. For none other than Red Noki. She hit the first RBI of this game. Let's see how many more she can bring in here. None. She strikes out to end the inning, stranding 3 runners on base. Hammer Bros breakdancing on the mound. That is a big save for him. Absolutely valid. Now the Monsters have 3 dry bones before Bowser. They'll get 1 on base. Green Bones on base, Gray Bones at the bat. And he will also get on base, bringing Green Bones all the way to third. And Dark Bones hits a shot up the middle. That'll score Green Bones. A 3-run game now. And with 2 Dry Bones on base and Bowser up to bat, that lead could be gone in a second. It's a strong ball, but it goes just foul. That one wouldn't have even been a home run if it stayed in. And Bowser opts to star hit over to Mario in right field. They'll score 1 off of it. But that's it. Still a 2-run lead for the Sunshines. However, the Monsters do have runners on the corners and no outs. So it's very likely they'll score at least 1 more. With Boomerang Bro up. He'll star hit, and it just hits the foul line, staying fair. And scores another runs, keeping runners on the corners. This seems to be the situation every team likes to put themselves in. With Bowser Jr. up to bat now, he's got chemistry with both of these players. If he's going to hit a home run, now's the time. Instead, he'll hit a shot deep into left field. It'll score Bowser to tie the game, 12-12. Runners on first and second for Fire Bro. Still no outs on the inning. This is looking dangerous for the Sunshines. And Mario gets hit by fire in the outfield. That'll ensure that Fire Bro scores. Or Hammer Bro. Or, no, that's Boomerang Bro. Hammer Bro's up next. And the Sunshines are switching pitchers again. They're bringing in Monty Mole. Monty Mole is going to close out this game for the Sunshines. And he is not being given the best position to start for a pitcher. And he gets a good strikeout there on Hammer Bro. The Monsters have the lead right now, just one run. But have to be careful. And they prevent the run there. 2 outs now. Good decision by Red Noki. I was thinking they could try for the double play, but that's definitely also a good option. But with Green Bones up to bat, they will not try and get Hammer Bro home. Or Fire Bro. Hammer Bro did not make it. Gosh, I'm confusing the bros. A slap hit there, but it is caught by Red Noki. That ends the inning. And Monty Mole did not give up any runs after he came in. That is what you want out of a good closing pitcher. They can come in no matter the situation and stop runs from scoring. Phenomenal work from him. Now the Sunshines have to put in their work on offense. And that's not a good start. Sunshines need at least 1 run to stay alive and take this to the bottom of the inning. Otherwise, the Monsters can win it right here. Luigi will hit to left field, but it does not get down. Dry Bones catches it. Mario, 2 outs. This is their last chance to score. Their last chance to get a runner on base. It's deep to left field, but Dry Bones is under it, and that's the game. Game 1 goes to the Monsters by 1 run, 12-13. Good work by the Monsters. They managed to start this series off strong. And Fire Bro is the MVP for this game. We will not get to see why because the game crashes. Yay! But wow. What a great start. Monsters lead the series now. 1-0. And center horizontally. Yes. Yes. Okay. Bang. Okay, okay. I am locking in. Got the screenshot. Bang. Updated bracket. Game 1. First point to the Monsters. And it is time to begin Game 2. Okay, okay, okay. That was an unfortunate ending for the Sunshines. Absolutely. rough way to close out that game. They were doing very well, but let a big inning go. Took them too long to stop it. But we are ready to go for game 2. Game 2 will again be hosted by the Monsters. Dark Bones pitches. Yeah. And Monty Mole. Oh, he is not pitching. No. I mean, he did a good job. However, they're gonna try and go back with their starting pitcher, Green Noki. Is Mario center field or is it Luigi? It is Luigi. Yup. Alright, we are ready for game 2. As I have to do the lineups. Never mind, we are almost ready for game 2. I think they're gonna swap back to having Blue Noki lead off. Not that Green Noki did a bad job, but just might be nice to go back to what worked. Perhaps just that small shift could help them out. Here for game 2, which will begin as soon as I save this. Bang. Alright. Game 2 starting now. Welcome to Game 2 of the Superstar Series. The Bowser Monsters won the first one in a close battle, just 12-13, a 1-run win. And now the Sunshines will have to start on offense yet again. They ended the game on offense, as the Monsters did not have to play the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if the Sunshines are going to be in it for this game. That was a very disappointing way to lose. Especially after such a strong start to the game for them. We'll see if they can bounce back in this game, but it's not looking like it with 2 quick outs. But Green Noki gets their offense started very well, slapping up the middle. Leading well into Red Pianta. And he hits one deep to left field, but it's caught by Dry Bones. Again, no runs scored in that top of the inning. Monsters up now with their 2 Dry Bones before Bowser. They do get the out on Gray Dry Bones, but throw 3 balls to Dark Bones. A great diving catch by Red Pianta, though, gets the 2nd out of the inning, meaning no one's on base for Bowser yet again to start off this game. He'll slap hit into center field and make it on base, and that brings up Boomerang Bro. He is a dangerous batter, especially on this map, where his curved shots can get around the thwomps, causing the wrong ones to trigger and letting his ball sail free, but instead he'll strike out right here. leading to another 0-0 first inning. Sunshines hope to score the first run of the game again, here in the top of the second. But Red Noki will not make it on base. That's an out. Yellow Pianta will get on base with a good slap over to right field. That brings up Luigi, whose hit barely gets down in front of Bowser Jr., who makes a good throw to second to catch Yellow Pianta out. 2 outs on the inning. And Mario hits to Green Drybones, who gets the easy out at first. Nothing scores again for the Mario Sunshines. Monsters with Bowser Jr., and he will get on base. That brings up Fire Bro. Fire Bro with 2 quick strikes does not want to swing. And strikes out on a pitch to the corner of the plate. A great pitch by Green Noki. And now we have Hammer Bro up to bat. Hits that one deep. Is it gonna be fair? No, just foul. That looked like it came down on the line. That could have been either way. And he'll size up another good pitch there. That one will be gone. A 2-run homer to start the scoring off again for the Monsters. And Hammer Bro puts the Monsters up 2-0 here in the second game, as the Monsters hope to win 2 back-to-back. Blue Pianta will get that quick out there. That one gets just over Red Pianta. Meaning Green Pianta is on, or Green Drybones is on first. Apologies. Gray Drybones gets on base as well, leading into Dark Bones. With 2 outs on the inning, a force out at every base. Certainly makes it easier for the Sunshines. They don't have to think about it. But a pop fly to Luigi, he catches it, and that ends the inning. No Bowser appearance here. And the Sunshines offense trying to score their first run of the game. They'll need to start off with Monty Mole. He hits a good slap into left field. He'll get on base. We have Blue Noki now. She'll slap it up the middle. And Monty's going for third. He makes it. He is quick, that one. That's runners on the corners with no outs for Blue Pianta. He drills this one past the infield, and that'll score a run for the Sunshines. And they get Blue Noki to third as well. Putting runners on corners again, still no outs. This time with Green Noki up to bat. That was a crazy strike. That one barely hit the plate. Another one barely clipping the plate. These are good watches from from Green Noki. I would not be swinging at these balls either. She sizes that one up though. Drills it into left field. Scores the tying run. 2-2. Again, runners on corners, and still no outs for Red Pianta now, who drills one high and deep. Is that gone? Yes, it is. 3-run home run from Red Pianta. That'll put the Sunshines up 5-2. That's a very significant home run for Red Pianta. That could certainly bring the Sunshine's offense to life. That cleared the bases, and now they've pretty much started the inning all over again. Red Noki leading off and gets on first. Now Yellow Pianta. He'll drive this one deep to the outfield. It gets down in the gap. And that'll put runners on corners with no outs. Does that sound familiar at all? This time it's Luigi at the plate. He'll hit that one foul, but that was good contact. Rough contact, and it gets down, or gets caught by Bowser Jr. in the outfield. First out of the inning after 5 runs score. Mario hits the second out and third there to Hammer Bro, who catches the ball and lands on third base to get Noki out before she can make it back. Very athletic double play there from Hammer Bro. Or very lucky, honestly. Bowser starts off the bottom of the inning well, getting on base for Boomerang Bro. Boomerang Bro takes strike 2 down the middle. Ooh, that was a close ball. Boomerang Bro hits that one deep, but Luigi's under it, and that's an out. Bowser is stuck going back to first, but he's got Bowser Jr. up, so still chemistry. Bowser Jr. doesn't swing at that one. And he watches that changeup go right down the strike zone. That's a strikeout for Green Noki. She's doing very well on the mound here. Now there's Hammer Bro up to bat. He hits it deep as well. This should be off the wall. But Luigi's able to grab it and stop Bowser at third base. Again, runners on corners, but this time with 2 outs. Hammer Bro in the batter box takes strikes 1 and 2. But Star hits that one. It's over to right field and caught by Mario. The Monsters can't get anything back after that 5-run explosive inning from the Sunshines. And they'll look to extend their lead now, starting off with Monty Mole exactly like they did last inning. They managed to cycle through the entire lineup in just 1 inning. Monty Mole hits it to the infielder, but that dive took way too long, and Monty's still able to leg it out to first. He is so fast. Now we have Blue Noki leading off for the Noki Pianta lineup. And that's caught straight to Blue Drybones. Blue Pianta up now. That one goes deep, but it should be right to Gray Drybones. And he catches it. 2 outs on the inning. What can Green Noki do here? Absolutely nothing. She hits to an out by Green Drybones. And that'll bring up the Monsters' offense. But that's a quick out there for Blue Drybones. Green Bones up to bat now. Slaps it, but Blue Pianta's able to get there with his dive. That's 2 outs before Gray Drybones. And he hits it just over Red Pianta's head. He will get on base. Now there's Dark Bones. Dark Bones, the last bones before Bowser. Sunshines are hoping to get an out here. It'll get just past the infield. They won't. Bowser will appear. Ooh, good try from Mario trying to get the out at third there. Runners on corners, 2 outs. If they can get Bowser out here, they can stop a run. But that'll be a good shot to the left outfield. Still runners on corners and 1 scores. It's now 5-3. The Sunshines still lead, but only by 2 runs. Looks like me batting against change-ups for real. Monty Mole Goat. Monty Mole has been doing very well this game, absolutely. Oh, a bobble by Blue Pianta, but Red Pianta is able to secure it to stop the inning there. Yeah, Monty's been really good this game. He's just been really quick, able to get past all the mishaps in the Monsters infield. And the change-ups have also been a little rough for the batters. I'm not sure how the CPU works with that. Ooh, another high shot from Red Pianta, and it's his 2nd home run of the game. He is 2 for 3, and both of his hits are home runs. What a phenomenal game for Red Pianta here. That's 6-3 Sunshine's lead now. Already in the top of the 5th, this is a very low-scoring game. And Red Noki gets thrown out at first there. Red Pianta's the true GOAT. Actually, yeah. Like, Monty's had a great game. And whenever Monty doesn't suck, the Sunshines happen to do better. Almost like having a black hole in your batting lineup makes you do very poorly. But the Piantas have been real superstars. Not even just in this game, just in the whole league. Like, they are the only chance the Sunshines have, other than apparently Mario, of scoring home runs. Because he was able to score 2 home runs in a game against the Greats last week. Very impressive game for him, but that's not consistent at all. The Piantas are the power hitters for the Sunshines, and they do a pretty good job of it. It also helps that they are very good defensive players. Very tall in that infield position. Able to be good corner baseman as well. And that is another home run, this time by Fire Bro. A 2-run homer closes that gap a bit. It's now 6-5. That is big for the Monsters. They now are just 1 run behind the Sunshines. Ooh. Hammer Bro hits that one down the line. It is fair. And that will be a double for Hammer Bro. As the Monsters bring up their Dry Bones lineup, hoping to drive in Hammer Bro. That shot will go deep to right field, gets above Mario's head, and that'll score a runner. That ties the game, 6-6. These Dry Bones have also been pulling their weight in this series. Especially with that Dry Bones home run that we had last game. Ooh, and they still throw Green Dry Bones out at first there. They do manage to advance Blue Bones to second, though, the Monsters do. That shot from Gray Bones goes foul. He takes strike 2 and a star pitch. Crazy curve on that, right at the end. That was a great pitch by Green Noki. You can't even be too mad at that if you're Gray Dry Bones. That brings up Red Bones with 2 outs. And that should be 3, but it's not. Red Pianta bobbles it, and they do not get the out at first. That'll allow Bowser a chance to drive in a couple more runs. With 2 runners on base, but Green Noki catches it. She stops that ball. The score is still tied. 2 innings left. 2 chances for both of these teams, both on offense and defense. Monty Mole leads off well here, dropping a base hit just above the infielders. Blue Noki up to bat now. We have a new chatter. Bohemian Rhapsody Enjoyer says red equals win. Yeah, Red Pianta and Fire Bro, they're doing very well. It definitely helps that this game does actually use the colors as like stat indicators. So like the blue characters are generally faster and the red characters are in fact stronger. So it is a little more likely that they'd be hitting home runs. Oh my gosh, how did Blue Noki make it back there? That has to be that speed that we were just talking about. Blue characters have the speed, and Blue Noki was just barely able to make that one back. Oh, and the monsters make the bad decision of trying to get 2 outs off of a bunt, and instead they get none, and it's bases loaded for Red Pianta. Oh, a star hit, but it's just to the center fielder. They'll score 1 off of a sac fly. And the Sunshines take the lead. Can't complain about that. They do still have 2 runners on base for Red Noki, though. They do still have the potential to drive in some runs. Red Pianta, no. Yeah, that was a big chance for him. A grand slam would have really shifted the tides of this game. Strong favor for the Sunshines, but instead, they'll end the inning with just 1. You do gotta appreciate getting at least 1 off of that, though. At least they did, in fact, take the lead back. And Blue Pianta gets the strikeout there on Boomerang Bro. It'll bring up Bowser Jr. for the Monsters. He'll hit it deep to left field, but Blue Noki is there. 2 outs. And Fire Bro is back. Hoping to repeat his magic that he had earlier in this game. But he won't do it. He won't be thrown out at first, though. He'll make it on base. That'll give a chance for Hammer Bro. And Hammer Bro hits it out straight to Yellow Pianta. And this is the last inning. Sunshine's lead this time. They will have a chance to extend their lead before the Monsters get a chance to tie it, bring us to extras, or potentially walk it off. And a strikeout there from Yellow Pianta. Not a great way to lead off the inning. We've got the Mario Brothers, then Monty Mole. Luigi hits it to left, but it should be caught by Dry Bones, and it is. 2 outs. This is the second game in a row, 2-out situation with Mario up to bat in the 7th. This time he will get down in left field, getting on base for Monty Mole. Monty Mole, hopefully able to get another good base hit here. I think Monty Mole's made it on base every time, and this one will be no different. They have runners on first and second, 2 outs. With Blue Noki up to bat. They'll slap it just over green dry bones. They'll score another. They might go for 2 here. And they will. Monty Mole's going for it. Oh, Blue Noki tries to go for 3rd, hoping they'd throw Monty out at home, or at least try to. But instead they decide to just catch her out at 3rd and end the inning, letting 2 runs go in. But that does give the Sunshines much more of a buffer this time. It's 9-6. They can give up 2 runs and still win the game. And they'll start at the very top of the Dry Bones lineup. And that's 1 out. 3 more Dry Bones and 2 more outs needed to end the game. These Dry Bones are going to need to come in clutch here if the Monsters want a chance at winning this. They'll get down in right field there. Mario doesn't dive for that one. And that'll be 1 Dry Bones on base. They're trying to steal now. Ooh, but they hit it deep to the outfield. And that'll allow them to get runners on corners. A star hit from Dark Bones is caught, but that'll bring in a run and bring up Bowser with 1 runner on. There are 2 outs, so 1 more out will end the game for the Sunshines. That'll allow them to tie this series at 1-1. 1 strike, 1 ball. Bowser hits it deep. It's to center field, but Luigi is able to get under it. That's the game. The Sunshines get 1 back. Another close game that came down to the wire. This time it swings in the Sunshine's favor. Who's going to be the MVP for them? Red Pianta, absolutely. Hitting 2 home runs on the game. He drove in 4 runs himself out of the 9 total for the Sunshines. Or no, he drove in 2. They were both solo shot home runs. Or no, never mind. I read the home runs as his RBI. I was right the first time. He drove in 5 RBI, 4 of them coming from his home runs. And he went 2 for 3 on the game. Green Noki also did well. Yellow Pianta going 3 for 4 is great. And yes, absolutely, Monty Mole batting 1,000, 4 for 4. Didn't bring in any RBI. He usually let off on the inning. But that's still a phenomenal performance there from a character that's supposed to be one of the worst ones in this game. The Monsters, they did very well on offense as well. They got more base hits than the Sunshines did. Good performance from Fire Bro, Hammer Bro, also getting a home run in this game. And Bowser hitting pretty consistently, 3 for 5, with just 1 RBI. The pitching was pretty good for both teams. Honestly, the 11's not that terrible for this kind of game. Yeah. That was a very close game. Could have gone either way. The Sunshines will tie up the series now. Series tied 1-1. All right. Let me bring up the bracket and fix it. All right. Now it is time for us to reset real quick for Game 3. Alright. Back to the game. This time the Mario Sunshines will host it at their stadium. That will unfortunately be more of an advantage for Bowser and the monsters. But they do still have a chance, for sure. Bowser. Alright, got the field set. Now, bang. That seemed to work well for the Sunshines, having Blue Noki lead off again. I don't know how much of a difference it actually made, but they won the game, and that's what matters. Alright, that should be good for the monsters. And we go to Mario Stadium now. For Game 3. Here we are for Game 3 of the Superstar Series. The Sunshines just won Game 2, tying the series up 1-1. They'll now be hosting the next 3 games. And we will have 3 games at least. And the first hit is a good slap hit over the infield for Dry Bones. The monsters are now the away team, meaning that they will bat first, but that does give the Sunshines a chance to walk it off. Dark Bones will also get on base, meaning there are 2 runners on and no outs for Bowser. That is very scary for the Sunshines. They do not want to see that. Green Noki will have to be very careful here. That was a great pitch to the corner. Bowser decides to star hit. It is caught by Red Noki. That is an out and no runners advance. Now they've got Boomerang Bro up to bat. Still scary, as Boomerang Bro is another phenomenal power hitter. He'll decide to slap hit. It gets just over Red Noki though, and that loads the bases. For none other than Bowser Jr. The weakest of the power hitters, for sure. But he is not weak with that hit. That one will be gone for a grand slam to start off the game. Bowser Jr. making me eat my words with that one. Phenomenal shot right down the left line. That's a 4-0 start for the monsters. And now we have Fire Bro, and that one's also gonna be gone. 5 runs scored with just 2 home runs. That'll bring up the last member of the death lineup, Hammer Bro. He will just slap hit, but it does get down for a base hit. Still just 1 out on the inning. Ooh, crazy bobble there. They still managed to get an out off of that. 2 outs on the inning. The last batter in the Monsters lineup. They've just about cycled through. That's a good catch from Blue Pianta. That'll end the inning, but 5 runs scored from the Bowser Monsters in the top of the first. That is an awful start for them after the great defense that they've shown in the past 2 games. Good slap hit offensively there, though, for the Sunshines, as Blue Noki gets on base to start their offense. Blue Pianta goes just foul. Blue Noki tries to steal, and she'll make it. She had quite a bit of safe distance on that, too. And that's another home run, this time for the Sunshines. That'll bring 2 runs back for them. That's 2-5 now. Wow. What a crazy game this is. 7 runs in, and all of them have been scored off of home runs. That'll start off with another Noki. Green Noki here. This at-bat here is a star chance. This could be a big opportunity. Oh, but Noki misses that swing, and that's a strikeout there. That'll bring up Red Pianta with no one on base. He could go for a solo shot homer, or could just try and get on base. He hits that one just foul. And strikes out looking at the next pitch. 2 outs now with Red Noki up to bat. She'll hit it to left field, but Dry Bones gets under it. That'll stop them at 2. But they do cut into that lead a bit. Stay within striking range. And they'll get the easy out to start the inning there. The Monsters have Bowser up, guaranteed. And Dark Bones gets on base there, slapping it up the center. And here is Bowser. That one may be gone or it may be foul. That's going to be foul. That also wasn't gone. That hit the wall. Swing and a miss there from Bowser. Strike 2. Bowser does not go for that inside ball. And that's a good pitch along the outside. That strikes out Bowser. Sunshines can't celebrate too early, though. They do still have 4 more power hitters to deal with. That'll get just over Blue Pianta. 2 runners on base now. For none other than Bowser Jr., who opened the scoring in this game with a grand slam. He's hoping to get a multi-home run game here. But the Sunshines are looking to get a strikeout. He'll star hit, and it goes foul. And he does strike out there. That ends the inning. No more runs for the Monsters. They'll stay at 5, but that's a good number to have after 2 innings still. Sunshine's up. Another deep shot by a Pianta. This one is short and foul. Yellow Pianta looking for his pitch. And swings at the wrong spot on that one. That'll be first out on the inning. We've got the Mario Bros and then Monty Mole before we cycle back to the top of the lineup for the Sunshines. A late swing there from Luigi as he's at 2 strikes now, and he'll strike out. 2 outs, Mario up to bat. This was the start of a great rally last game. But Mario will take 2 strikes here. He'll slap that one over into the left field. That'll get down for a base hit. That brings Monty Mole up to bat. Swings a little bit early, perhaps. Again, a little bit early on that one. And a little late on that one. That'll be no runs scored from either team there. Which, while not good for the Sunshines, at least their lead isn't... At least the gap isn't lengthening. That's a good base hit for Fire Bro, though. Hammer Bro now drives that run in for 2-run home run. Another home run. That is the only way you're allowed to score this game, apparently. And that's 7-2 Monsters now. Their lead is back up to 5. And the Sunshines decide they need to switch pitchers. They're putting in Mario. That puts a Noki in the outfield. Nokis are still pretty quick. Mario's a great pitcher here. Oh, that gets just away from Blue Pianta. Doesn't feel like diving for it, I guess. Green Dry Bones, the second of the Bones lineup. And that's a pop fly right to the shortstop. Now we've got Gray Bones up. 1 runner on, 1 out. Perfect contact there, but it does not go far enough. Green Noki will get there in the outfield. And that's 2 outs. Dark Bones up now, trying to get on base and bring up Bowser. While the Sunshines just want this 1 out. And that'll be a dribbling ball straight to the first baseman. Pianta makes the play. And the Sunshines now have a chance to strike back, close that gap. They'll start back at the top of their lineup with Blue Noki. 2 swings and misses, though. And a strikeout there. First out on the inning. Now it's Blue Pianta up. He gets good contact, but it's not quite far enough. The launch angle is too high. That'll be an easy pop fly for the second out of the inning. Monty Mole, selling my parlay, SMH. Investigate him. He had a great game last time, and he's just not getting it today. Or in this game, at least. That is a Green Noki home run. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Again, the scoring is exclusively been home runs in this game. That's ridiculous. It is 7-3. All 10 of these runs have been scored from home runs. There's not been a single RBI that has not been a home run. That's ridiculous. Even Noki is hitting home runs. Red Pianta does manage to get on base there. Slaps it just to the right side. Brings up Red Noki now. Red Noki hits that one deep to the gap. Does it get down? Yes. That's going to send Red Pianta to third, and he's going home. He's going for it. That's the first real RBI of the game. Coming off the bat of Red Noki. That is the first time in this game that a runner has come home without the bases being cleared. That sets up yellow Pianta now. Looking to cut into that lead a little bit more. It's down to 3 runs. The Sunshines have made up those 2 runs that the Monsters scored in the top of the inning. 2 strikes here. They hit that one, but it is just to Dry Bones in the outfield. He'll catch it, and that ends the inning. This game's been pretty even other than that grand slam in the top of the first. And that one's gone from Bowser. Another single shot home run. That is what, 4 home runs for the Monsters this game? 6 total in the game? That is an absurd number. That is ridiculous. And another one from Boomerang Bro there. 7th home run on the game, 5th for the Monsters. That's going to put them up 9-5. Or 9-4. And that brings up Bowser Jr. with clear bases. He'll hit it to the gap in the outfield. That'll get down for a double. And we have Fire Bro up to bat now. Star pitch from Mario, but Fire Bro hits it anyway. It is a pop fly in the outfield. Does not advance any runners. Hammer Bro, and it's caught by Red Noki. That's 2 outs on the inning now. Should be 3 there, unless that dive took too long. No, they're still able to get the out there. Another 2 runs for the Monsters, and the Sunshine still trail by 5. Luigi starts the offense well for the Sunshines, though, getting on base. That makes him 1 for 2 in this game. Mario hits this one deep, but it's caught by the center fielder. That brings up Monty Mole. 1 runner on, 1 out. And he hits into a double play there. Oh no, he's able to run it out. I always forget how fast he is. He is a very fast player. And a great hit there by Blue Noki. It's going to bring Monty Mole around to third base. And Blue Noki herself to second. As we have Blue Pianta up to bat now. He'll star hit, but it'll be thrown to first for an easy out. That stops the inning. Strands those 2 runners. Still a 5-run gap for the Sunshines. They didn't score any there. Monsters hoping to extend the gap, make it unassailable. Sunshines will start with a quick out, though. With Gray Bones up to bat, he slaps that one. It gets just past Blue Pianta. And that's a runner on base. That will not be a good base hit, though. That one is caught by Blue Pianta. But Bowser is up to bat with a runner on base. It's not a home run, but it is a deep shot. They're looking to drive in a Dry Bones off of it, and they will. That's 10-4 now. The Monsters get their first RBI. That's not from a home run. Mario goes with another star pitch. Usually we want to save that for strike 3, Mario, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. Gets to strike out anyway. That ends the inning with just 1 run from the Monsters. Sunshines are still down 6, but it's doable. They've had innings where they've scored 5 or 6 runs. They have 3 more chances in this game for their offense to score. They'll start off well here with Green Noki getting on base. That leads into Red Pianta. Potential to drive that run in right now. He'll take that second strike. Okay. And he'll take that third strike. Real home run derby we got here. Absolutely. Absolutely still ridiculous to me that there are 14 runs scored and only 2 of them were not scored from home runs. 1 for each team. But Darkbone gets another strikeout there. That's 2 outs on the inning now. A great shot from Yellow Pianta, though. That one might bring Green Noki all the way home, and it will. But again, Yellow Pianta gets greedy trying to go for third there. And that'll end the inning. Bowser Jr. just foul. A little bit short of a home run, too. A very scary hit ball. But he'll strike out there to Mario for the first out of the inning. Fire Bro and Hammer Bro still up to bat. Great shot from Fire Bro. Red Noki cannot get there. That'll be a base hit. Bringing up Hammer Bro. Hammer Bro takes 2 strikes, looking for the right pitch. Doesn't quite get it, but has to swing anyway because it's a strike. And that one goes right to Yellow Pianta. That shot from Blue Drybones gets down past the infield and will be on base. 2 outs, but 2 runners on. Green Drybones trying to bring one of them in. They'll go for it, and they get it. Fire Bro makes it home safe. Now there's Drybones on the corners for Graybones, but he'll hit it straight to Yellow Pianta again, and they'll end the inning with just 1 run. They are still up 6 on the Sunshines, though. And they decide to switch their pitcher now. They're bringing in Bowser to close the game. Bowser is a scary pitcher to see. His fastball is ridiculously quick. And Bowser Jr. gets there with a diving catch in the outfield. Stopping Luigi from getting on base. Mario will also not get on base here. That brings up Monty Mole with 2 outs. And he hits a dribbling ball to the second baseman and gets thrown out at first. Nothing for the Sunshines. They have 1 more chance, and they need a real big inning. But first, they need to stop the monsters from scoring anymore. Which doesn't seem likely with Bowser and Boomerang Bro guaranteed. They won't have anyone on base, though. It's the superstar matchup, the captains of these 2 teams facing off. We also saw that at the bottom of the 6th. I don't know why it didn't highlight it then. But Bowser hits right out to Red Noki. And now Mario might be trying to empty the clip and finish the monster's offense off. No, he wants to save some of the stars for offense too, and it's going to cost him a base runner. And he's tired now. They're going to have to sub him out for a different closer. They'll bring in Blue Noki. Blue Noki just needs to get 1 out. That's all she needs to do to close out this game. And then obviously the Sunshines have to put up insane numbers on offense. But that's step 2. What the hell was that? Green Noki took forever. Well, there's runners on the corners now. That's not a good start. With Fire Bro up to bat. That's a good strike. And that should be an out. There it is. That ends the inning. Nothing from the Monsters. Blue Noki did her job on defense. Now she'll be leading up their offense. The Sunshines are going to need a miracle inning here. They'll start it off with getting Blue Noki on base. And getting a star for themselves with a star chance. Biggest thing about that is really just not giving the star to the Monsters, which would give them a free strike to use whenever they want. For example, here, that would be a guaranteed strikeout almost. But they do still get the strikeout on Blue Pianta. That brings up Green Noki. And she'll get another good slap hit. That's 2 runners on base, just 1 out. But there is a force out at every base, so the Monsters could end this game any moment. Red Pianta, and the Sunshines are trying to steal both bases. Red Pianta slap hits that one. And strikes out. That's 2 outs on the inning. 1 more ends it. They've got Red Noki up to bat. And that's the game. Blue Drybones catches that one. And that'll cut the Sunshine's offense short before they can score even 1 run, let alone 6. It's an 11-5 win for the Monsters. That puts them up in the series 2-1. With Bowser Jr. as the MVP for that insane grand slam to start the game. First run scored of the game, grand slam. I want to look at all these home runs. This is ridiculous. Bowser had a home run. Boomerang Bro had a home run. Bowser Jr., Fire Bro, and Hammer Bro. They each had 1 home run. That is the death lineup. These are dangerous batters here. All of them getting at least 2 base hits, at least 1 home run. Well, all of them had just 1 home run. And the Drybones didn't do poorly either. All of them got on base at least once. Meanwhile, the Sunshines, Monty Mole didn't get on base at all. Unfortunate. But Green Noki and Blue Pianta both scoring home runs. That was able to keep the Sunshines in the race for a bit, but they just started to fall off. They started off behind in that first inning and continued to fall off through the rest of the game. An unfortunate loss there for them. And that will put the series back in the favor of the Monsters. Alright, let me update the bracket. And there it is. 2-1. And it is time for us to take a brief intermission. This could go pretty late, so I do want to make sure I have enough water with me and such. We will be back shortly. Alright, bit of a short intermission this time. It's time to get back into the games. Game 4. The most significant game in a series. This is where the Monsters could either put themselves one game away from winning, or where the Sunshines could tie it all up. Or Game 5. No, actually Game 5 is the most important. I'm sorry, I was wrong. But this is still very significant. If the Monsters put themselves up 3-1, this becomes very, very difficult for the Sunshines to make that comeback. But it's, of course, not impossible. Look at the Cubs in the 2016 World Series. Look at the Cavs in the 2016 NBA Finals. I think that's just what it's called. It's very doable. Been done before in many sports. Yeah, that's it. All right. Okay, Sunshines are good. And the Monsters should be good too. This one is again on Mario Stadium. 7 innings, no mercy. Let the game... Hold on. Wait, no, I gotta save this one. I forgot. Game 4. Here we go. Welcome to Game 4 of the Superstar Series. The Monsters just took the lead again in the series. They are now up 2-1 after a strong 6-run lead, 11-5. They won the last game. They'll lead off this game with another great hit from Dry Bones. Now Dark Bones up, trying to get base runners on for Bowser. Meanwhile, the Sunshine's trying everything in their power to stop that. Red Noki will dive for that ball, but takes too long to get up and throw it. They don't get a single out. And that's no outs, 2 runners on, both with chemistry for Bowser. This could very easily be gone. Another big run score. Or... Noki's got 2 strikes on him. He'll star hit. It's caught by Blue Pianta and thrown for a double play. That is best possible outcome for the Sunshines. No run score. 2 outs. Only 1 runner on base now. But Boomerang Bro's gonna bring him home. That'll be a 2-run home run from Boomerang Bro. Starting off the scoring for this game again with a home run for the Monsters. This time it's not quite a grand slam. Just about half of it. Now Bowser Jr. up with 2 outs, nobody on base. Has to try and start the rally all by himself, and he will make it on base with that one. Fire Bro up now. He hits that one deep to the gap. It won't get out, but it will get down. And they'll score Bowser Jr. off of that one. 3-0 they lead. 2 outs still, 1 runner on. And Hammer Bro up to bat. The last member of the death lineup. And Yellow Pianta gets the catch there. That ends the inning. Stopping the Monsters at 3. 2 runs less than they scored last game. That is not good for the Sunshines, but at least better. That is better. As long as they can get their offense going better than they had last game as well, then they do certainly have a chance in this one. And they'll start off well here. Blue Noki making it safely on base. Leading into Blue Pianta. Pianta's going to drill one to the gap. Doesn't quite get out, but will advance Noki to third. Noki's going home. They're going to score Noki off of this. That's 3-1 Sunshines. Or 3-1 Monsters. The Sunshines do score 1 now. Oh my god, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Oh. How could I? How could I? I forgot to hide the bracket. What a fool I am. Yell at me next time that happens, please. And the Monsters do strike out Red Pianta there for their second out of the inning. Red Noki here. That is high. That one is gone. A 2-run home run from Red Noki. That's incredible. Noki ties up the game with that home run there. I'm baffled by the Noki home run. That is the second Noki home run this series. But hey, if it's what the Sunshines need to do to stay alive in this series, that one's also gone. Another home run from the Sunshines. This one's Yellow Pianta. And the Sunshines are now up 4-3. The Bowser Monsters are switching their pitcher now. They're putting in Hammer Bro again. Hoping that he can stop the home runs. And Bowser Jr. bobbles the ball in right field. Doesn't matter, Luigi would have been safe on base anyway, but it's the principle of it. That one gets down. Bowser Jr. doesn't dive for it. And that'll allow Luigi to score. Mario runs back to second. Almost goes to third. And that's a great RBI there from Mario. That'll extend the Sunshine's lead to 5-3. And that brings up Monty Mole with 2 outs. And he will hit right to Bowser for the easy out. Monty Mole needs to lock in. The Monsters back on offense. They'll slap hit and it goes foul with Blue Dry Bones, the first of the Dry Bones lineup. That one goes right to Blue Pianta, but he jumps for it. He misses the easy catch. That allows Blue Bones on base. Green Dry Bones will not get on base there. Blue Pianta does make the play this time. That'll bring up Gray Dry Bones with a runner on second. Ooh. That one will get just past Blue Pianta. Runners on corners. Just 1 out for Dark Bones. Dark Bones will get this one down. That'll score a runner for the Monsters. They're sending to third, and they make it. That is an RBI for Dark Dry Bones. I don't actually think it's Dark Dry Bones. I think it's just Dark Bones. Actually, I think in this game he's technically called Red Dry Bones still, but he is Dark Bones. And Bowser gets a star hit there. That's deep into the outfield. That'll score at least 1. That ties up the game. They're going for the lead, but they won't get it. The laser beam from Pianta is able to catch Dark Bones out at home. Pianta has a strong arm, especially when throwing home, but he has quite the wind-up on his throw. So the Monsters were relying on that to try and beat it out. Couldn't quite get it. The game will stay tied. That brings up Boomerang Bro, who could very easily untie this game. And that's a strikeout to stop the first member of the Sunshine's offense. That brings up Blue Pianta now. He sends one deep to the gap in the right field. That'll be a double for him. We got Green Noki up to bat now. She takes that first strike. Star pitch. She hits it, but it's thrown for the double play straight to Bowser. That was crazy. That was an insane throw. Bowser's got a cannon on him. And that'll bring up the Monsters offense, hoping to take the lead in this game here. That'll be in quick out to Red Noki. That'll be 2 outs on the inning now, as the Monsters have Hammer Bro. And that's a strikeout that ends the inning. And brings the Sunshines back up on offense. They're hoping to take the lead now. That'll be a quick out, though. With a Red Noki up to bat now. That one goes deep to the gap. Noki's going to get to second off that. And that brings up Yellow Pianta now with a runner on base. Chance to score a couple runs for the Sunshines. But he strikes out. 2 outs now. Luigi with an RBI chance. He hits that one deep, but it's not enough. That should be caught by Dry Bones. And that ends the inning, still tied 5-5. The Monsters with another chance to score. They're starting off again at the top of their Dry Bones lineup. They do get blue Dry Bones on base. Green Dry Bones will also get on base, but green Dry Bones doesn't go. Oh! They do still make it to second safely. That was a close play. They'll try and steal there. Oh, that'll let them be safe and avoid the double play, but they do still get the out at first. Runners on second and third with just one out. Big scoring opportunity. Blue Pianta can't jump for that one. And that'll score 2 runs for the Monsters. They're up 7-5 now. 2 RBI off of that shot from Dark Bones. That brings up Bowser. He hits this one, but it's not out of the park. It will be caught by Blue Noki. That's 2 outs. 1 more can end the inning. But with Boomerang Bro up to bat, no guarantees. He'll slap this one deep. It gets into the gap. And that'll score another runner for the Monsters. It's 8-5. And 2 runners on base on the corners now for Fire Bro. The Sunshines just need to get 1 more out to end the inning, but they can't seem to do it. There it is. Strikeout on Fire Bro. Will stop the Monsters after they score 3. Now the Sunshines have to try and catch up. That'll be a good start deep to the gap in right field. Mario will get a double from that. And that brings Monty Mole up. He slaps to a good jumping catch from Dark Bones. But Blue Noki will hit a great slap there to move Mario to the corner. As we have Blue Pianta up to bat. He'll star hit this one. It gets through the infield. That'll score Mario 8-6. Sunshines close that gap to just 2 runs now. With Green Noki up to bat next. She's got chemistry with Blue Pianta, not that she'll use it probably. She'll slap it, but it goes right to Blue Dry Bones. And that's caught for the 2nd out of the inning. Red Pianta is going to have to make something happen here if the Sunshines want to take this lead back. He hits it deep off the wall, but that'll score 1 run. They're going for 2. And they don't quite get it. Blue Pianta's a bit too slow. He'll get caught out at home plate. The Sunshines do still score another off of that, meaning the game is just a 1-run game, 8-7. Hammer Bro, starting off for the Monsters, will get down through the middle. That's a great slap hit from Blue Dry Bones there. He'll also get on base. Green Bones watches that ball. Hits this one deep into right field. Should be caught by Luigi. 1 out now. Still 2 runners on base for Gray Dry Bones. He'll hit it to Red Noki. She'll throw it for the double play. That ends the inning. No run score for the Monsters. And that brings back the Sunshine's offense, starting with red Noki into yellow Pianta. A dangerous 1-2 punch. As Noki gets this down in the outfield, that'll be a double for her. Now yellow Pianta up with a chance to bring in a run. A star pitch from a Hammer Bro. That one's crazy fast, but that uses the last star for either of these teams. And yellow Pianta strikes out there. That'll bring up Luigi to try and bring in this run now. He'll get a great slap hit just over the infield. That's runners on corners. They try and send red Noki home. Terrible decision making there. They would have had runners on corners with 1 out and Mario up to bat. Now they have a runner on first with 2 outs. They try and send Luigi to third. Very risky management here for the Sunshines. They're playing like this is the bottom of the 7th and they're down 1. They still have a couple more chances. They'll tie it up here. And keep the runners on second and third. Good shot from Monty Mole right down that foul line. Had a bit of a curve on it too. Made it take just a bit longer for Dry Bones to go grab. Sunshine's getting killed by greed here for sure. It ended up working out with that Luigi push, but they could have been up. They could have been up on this if they didn't send Noki on that one. On that one play that was definitely not something any manager would normally tell someone to run home on. They will score another run here, though. The Sunshines do take the lead off of that blue Noki slap. Blue Pianta up now with runners on corners. This has been a great 2-out rally for the Sunshines. But a strikeout there from Blue Pianta ends it. Commentator's curse. Fortunately for them, they did manage to take the lead. So the Monsters will have 2 chances to try and take it back, while the Sunshines just need to hold them off. A good slap hit there from Dark Bones is going to get him on base for Bowser up next. And Bowser takes strike 2 there. That one's hit deep. Can Mario get under it? It's very high, but no. It gets down safely. They'll send Dark Bones home. And they'll make it. That's a tie game, 9-9. Still no outs on the inning. They could have tried to catch Bowser out at third, but they instead tried to prevent the run going home and didn't get it. That's unfortunate. That'll bring up Boomerang Bro, but they're switching out Yellow Pianta. They'll bring in red Noki. I like that play because it puts 2 Piantas on the infield. And they are very large characters. They are exactly who you want in that infield. And that one is clobbered by Boomerang Bro. That is a 2-run home run. That's going to put the Monsters in the lead now. 11-9. And the Monsters have scored 3 runs on the inning. Now the Sunshines have to play catch up. But before they can do that, they have to stop the Monsters' offense here. There's still no outs on the inning. Strike 2 there. As Red Noki looks to get the first out of the inning. But it'll be a good shot to the outfield. Blue Noki can't quite get there. So that'll be a double for Bowser Jr. Good shot from Fire Bro there. Just going to put runners on the corners with no outs. All but guaranteed to score at least one run off of this. Sunshines have to do their best to try and stop this offense. They cannot fall apart here. If the Sunshines want to keep their chances alive, they need that strikeout, and they get it. That'll bring up the Dry Bones, who are still strong players, but a lot less scary than the Bros. That'll be slapped for not a double play, but at least one out. Now there's forces at first and second. But they won't need any, as they get the catch there from Yellow Pianta. They do manage to stop the monsters after those 3 runs go in. Salvaging a dangerous situation without letting any runs in. That was great for Red Noki. But now they do have to get their offense going here, starting off with Green Noki. She'll slap that one foul. And that one gets down for a base hit from Green Noki. Kim Jong Uno, first time chat, says, let's go. Absolutely, love the excitement. And Red Pianta hits that one. That bounces off the top of the wall. And that is a home run for the Sunshines, tying the game up at 11s. Now, did you know that was going to happen? That let's go came a little bit early. Tie game now, and the Sunshines still have no outs. They get Red Noki on base there. Yellow Pianta up next. And Yellow Pianta gets on base here with a slap hit out into right field. Another good slap hit, this time from Luigi. That'll load the bases for Mario. The Sunshines need something big here if they want to take a dominant lead. This could be their moment. Mario takes 2 strikes there. And strikes out. Unfortunate. That means a double play can end the inning, and the Sunshines are no longer guaranteed to score at least one. Monty Mole hoping to bring in at least one runner here. At a 2-1 count. He misses that one. 2-2. He gets that one. Gets past the infield. Keeps the bases loaded and brings one in. 12-11. The Sunshines take the lead. Blue Noki now. Looks to be the next one. Contributing to this slap hitting cycle. That one goes just foul, just over Bowser's head. Strike 2 for Noki. Forgotten Variant says, come on, Shines. They're getting close to winning this game, tying up the series. They do manage to score again, getting all of their runners safe. That's a 2-run lead now. Bases are still loaded and still just 1 out. That brings up Blue Pianta with 1 chemistry link. This could be Blue Pianta's chance. Yellow Pianta was the star of the last series. Oh, but that's the 2nd out there. Blue Pianta will not be the hero in this moment. That brings up Green Noki, trying to get another slap hit. Bring another run in. Oh, that one just dribbles along the floor. That one will be thrown out to first base. But the Sunshines do manage to score 4 runs there, bringing back their lead and making it 2 runs now. They just need to hold off the Monsters here. Or even if they don't, they still have a chance to walk it off in the bottom of this inning. But they want to stop the Monsters here. And that's a good slap hit from Dry Bones. Gets just past Blue Pianta. Dark Bones up now. He's going to get a slap, but Yellow Pianta grabs it. But they still can't get the out at first. 2 runners on, both with chemistry with Bowser. And that is gone. That is a comeback home run for Bowser. That puts the Monsters up 14-13 now. Red Pianta coming in hot. Yeah, if Red Pianta would have had a chance with those bases loaded, that could have been another grand slam this time for the Sunshines. Instead, they ended the inning there. And Bowser scored a couple runs there. And there's still no outs in this inning for them, as Boomerang Bro makes it to second base. Bowser Jr. drills this one to the left field. That'll be runners on corners. Again, still no outs. Fire Bro gets this one just past the infield and brings in Boomerang Bro. That's a 15-13 lead now. And that brings up Hammer Bro. Slaps this one into right field. It gets down. And he'll bring a run in there. Monsters extending their lead. It's Jover. Yeah, it's not looking good for the Sunshines. But they're going to bring Mario in to close the game. He's got 2 runners on, no outs. It's going to take a lot of work to end this with no more runs scoring. But that's the first out there. That's the start they need. But a good slap hit there from Dry Bones is going to score one more. 17-13. It's a 4-run lead. And that brings up Gray Dry Bones. We've cycled through the entire lineup for the Monsters. A slap hit there is caught by Yellow Pianta. That's 2 outs now. They need to get the stop here. Dark Bones hits it deep, and that's a 3-run home run. That is a 7-run lead for the Monsters, now 20-13. I think it's just about over now. I don't know if the Sunshines can come back from that. They need 7 runs now. They gave up 9 runs on just this one inning. They were so close. Another disappointing game for the Sunshines. Oh. They do manage to get the 3rd out there against Bowser. They only give up 9 runs. God. Well, now is their last chance. Oh, that's a good start. Not quite a home run, but off the wall. They've got Red Noki. She'll also get on base. 2 runners on for yellow Pianta. As good as this inning does look for the Sunshines, they are still down by 7, which means that they need 2 grand slams to take the lead. Oh, that one says perfect, but it is not quite far enough. That'll be caught for the first out of the inning. Runners still on first and second. Luigi up to bat, and that'll load bases for none other than the captain himself, Mario. Swing and a miss. He charged that one very well. Watches that second strike go by. He star hits this one. And it gets down. But they still don't... They don't send Red Pianta. Oh my gosh. Terrible decision making. You have to go in that situation. Monty Mole. Oh, so close to a home run for Monty. So close to a grand slam that would have been. Instead, he'll slap hit on base, scoring 1, keeping bases loaded. But they're going to need a lot more of this if the Sunshines want a chance. And just one mistake will end this game. That's going to cause that last out. That's the game. The Monsters are now up 3-1 in the series. Sunshines looked real close to it that time. But not quite. Couldn't get there. And Bowser is the MVP for the Monsters. Absolutely worth it. They're absolutely deserved. Both teams got a similar number of base hits, but the Monsters, they just go for home runs. Boomerang Bro had 2 home... Wait, hold on. Why was Bowser MVP? Boomerang Bro had 2 home runs, had an 800 batting average, whereas Bowser had 500 and only 1 home run, and they both brought in 5 RBI, and neither of them pitched or had any big defensive plays. A little confused on that one. Also, Green Drybones with 3 big plays is crazy. That man was locked in on defense. Dark Bones, 6 hits, batting 1,000. 6 RBI with a home run. That was a good game for him. Significantly better than Bowser, too. There were 2 players that did better than Bowser, but too bad. Rigged, perhaps? Media MVP versus true MVP. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure Bowser did something, but I don't know what it was. It is not written down here. Ooh, this is some rough pitching for the Sunshines. 33 ERA, 72. The 12 and 18 are fine. They're fine. But their offense just didn't quite get going the way it did in the last game. 3 RBI from Monty Mole is great, though. Gotta love that. They still hit 3 home runs. That was great. Red Noki did a phenomenal job. Getting on base all 5 times she was up. The Sunshines will have one more chance. They will have one more chance here. As the Monsters' lead extends. Hold on. Let me update this bracket real quick. Bang. 3-1. And we are back with the game. Game 5. This one will again be at Mario Stadium. But if the Sunshines survive this game, then they will be back at Bowser's Castle for the rest of them. Which is the best chance that the Sunshines have. Oh, bang. Oh. Whoops. Bang. And there's the monsters. Batting lineups. Alright, that should be good for the Sunshines. And the monsters are good as well. Back to Mario Stadium for what could potentially be the last game. Sunshine's about to have the Cavs 3-1 comeback. Yeah, definitely could happen. Or, more relevant to baseball, Cubs, also from that same year. But also sadder for me as a Guardians fan. But here we are, with Game 5. The Monsters lead 3-1. This could potentially be the last game the Sunshines need to win to stay alive from every game here on out. They'll start with a good out there from Blue Pianta. Red Noki lets that one go. And that gets Dark Bones on base. Didn't have to bring that up, but true. That is the baseball example. Oh, and Bowser hits a 2-run home run. Starting off the offense for the Monsters. But yeah, that is the baseball example. A little bit more relevant than basketball. Although it is still a 3-1 comeback. I get what you mean. Looked away for 1 second and Bowser sends one to the next time zone. He tends to do that a lot. Anytime you see Bowser on screen, it could very well be gone. And we have Bowser Jr. up now. Another dangerous batter. But he strikes out this time. And that's 2 outs on the inning. Still 1 runner on. And that's another home run. Fire Bro. Putting the Monsters up 4-0 now. And the Monsters are trying to end it in 5. They want to win this. The Sunshines are going to need some crazy offense here if they want to make this comeback. That's a good start. They lock in on defense, getting that final out. And now it's time for their offense to step up. Their offense has been solid all series long, but just a little bit shy of the Monsters at every game. That one gets just past Bowser. That'll be a base hit for Blue Noki. Blue Pianta misses that one. And a way early swing there. That's a strikeout. Green Noki up now. A great slap hit down the line, and it is fair. They're going to send Blue Noki home from that. And they'll make it. 4-1. Sunshines get a run. Ooh. That puts Green Noki on second base now for Red Pianta. The Piantas are going to need to start putting in their home runs. Because honestly, with the Nokis hitting home runs, the Piantas, they damn well better be hitting even more, frankly. The Piantas are supposed to be the home run hitters. But they strike out again. 2 Piantas, 2 strikeouts, 2 Nokis, 2 base hits. Now 3 Nokis, 3 base hits. And they bring in Green Noki from that too. That's 4-2 now. The Sunshine's offense is so close to greatness if their Piantas can actually start hitting the ball. They'll have another chance here with Yellow Pianta. And he will hit this one. Deep down to the left line. That'll be another hit. And that'll score another runner. 4-3. Pianta finally steps up. And the Sunshines are down just 1 run now. Managing to slap hit back. What the Monsters have hit in home runs. Which is really the story of this series. Now Luigi up to bat. Great, crazy star pitch there from Darkbones. That's fast. And Luigi couldn't handle the speed. He strikes out, and that ends the inning. Please at least let the Sunshines win one more. We'll see. We'll see. They have to really commit to the win if they want to get it. Sunshines, let that one go. Gets just beyond them. Ooh, Monsters think about sending one home there. The Sunshines definitely have it in them, but their offense just is not quite consistent enough. Like the Monsters, even in their worst games, were still scoring home runs and getting runners home. Sunshines, they've definitely still scored runs in their bad games, but they really need these Piantas to start putting in their work. And the Monsters will slap hit another base hit. And that brings up Bowser again, this time with 2 runners on base. He could completely undo all of the work that the Sunshines did last inning in a single swing of the bat. He'll star hit here, though. That does still get sent deep to the outfield, scores at least 1. They'll go for 2. And they'll make it. Too long of a windup on that Pianta throw. And the Monsters' lead is now 7-3. Boomerang Bro up to bat. Still just 1 out on the inning. That's 2. And now there's Bowser Jr. up. He does have chemistry with Bowser. But 2 outs means he can't go for a sac fly. He'll go for a star hit. That'll get down in right field and score Bowser. That's 8-3 now. Monsters are up by 5. And Firebro hits that one, and it's thrown to second for the out. They stop the monsters at another 4-run inning. Sunshines need to put up some big numbers here if they want to keep up with the monsters. They'll get on base with Mario. That's a start. Earning that star is valuable too, as they have Monty Mole up. He'll slap it just over the infield. A great classic Monty Mole slap hit. Yes. That brings up Blue Noki with 2 runners on and no outs. Noki will hit it right to Green Dry Bones, and that's a double play. I am astonished that Green Dry Bones was able to grab it from there, but whatever, I guess. Mario is on third now. So all it takes is a single base hit to drive him home. But will Blue Pianta be able to do that? No! They hit it right to Bowser, and it's still a 5-run lead for the monsters. I don't know if the Sunshines are going to win one more. I hate to say it. It is still early. It's still early. That is a deep shot down the foul line for Hammer Bro, though. And now it's the Dry Bones lineup. I cannot wait for next season where all of these players are not on the same team. There will not be Bowser and 3 bros on one team. Alright, 2 runners on, no outs for the monsters. But Blue Noki catches that one. They don't even try and get the tag up. Sack fly run there. Gray Bones will hit that one there for a base hit. Brings in another runner. 9-3. Ooh, just past Yellow Pianta. Unfortunate. And they get another runner safe off of that. 10-3, 2 runners on. They're going to bring in Mario to take on Bowser. Bowser has 2 chemistry partners on base. His hit has 25% boosted power, and it's already the strongest in the game. That is gone. A 3-run homer. And it's now 13-3. The monsters are up by 10 runs. The Sunshines would need a miracle to even win this game, let alone 3 more. Or 2 more. If they win this one, they'd only need 2 more after that. Fast ball by Boomerang Bro, but it is just foul. That one is also foul. This is just sad at this point. This is, yeah, the Sunshines may have given up. I mean, they've lost by 6 runs in both of the last 2 games, where they were leading coming into it. Like, just super disappointing for them. They've done super well in all of these games, and the monsters in the past 2 games have just completely dismantled their lead in 1 inning. Last game was atrocious too, where they gave up 9 runs in the top of the 7th. The Sunshines are playing well, but they're just outgunned. The monsters have too much firepower. The Sunshines managed to stop them at a 10-run lead. Their offense has a lot of work to do, though. 2 base hits. That's a start. But they've got Red Noki up now. That's going to be another base hit. That's loaded bases. No, Green Noki's going home. She'll make it. Cuts the lead to 9. But we do have Yellow Pianta up to bat now. He hits this one. It gets in a gap. Huh. What a strange gap. But the Sunshines do score another run off of it. Now 13-5. Luigi up to bat. Just foul, just away from Bowser, too. Ooh, another weird hit to the area between the infield and outfield. They're going to score another run off of it. 13-6. Are the Sunshines finally figuring out the Monsters' weakness? Their players are slow, and there are some very strange gaps in their fielding. If the Sunshines have pinpointed this weakness, they might have a chance at coming back in this one. They're still down by 7. They're still not looking good, but no outs on the inning. Good shot there from Mario with the star hit. Is going to bring in another one. Still no outs. Oh, Luigi. He makes it safely back to third. After a very ridiculously risky play trying to go home on that. But Monty Mole gets another good base hit. Brings in another runner. They've cut the lead in half. And still, no outs on the inning. 2 runners on base. Blue Noki, that one's not going to get down. That'll be the first out of the inning here after 5 runs score. Alright. Alright, we got a bot. And ban the bot. You bot, on God. Oh, but the Sunshines, they love watching that bot get banned. They score another 2 runs. They're now down just by 3. It's 13-10. Stupid clanker. Damn, hard R's crazy. Good shot into the gap by Red Pianta. That's going to bring in 2 more runs. It's a 1-run game. 9 on the inning. The Sunshines are not out of it. They've figured out the Monsters' defense. And they are just pounding slap hits in. The Monsters have to change their pitcher again. This time it's going to be Green Dry Bones. With Red Noki up to bat for the Sunshines. That'll be another base hit. Runners on the corners. Still just 1 out on the inning. Yellow Pianta up now. He gets a slap hit deep to the outfield. That's another run on the inning. They're going to go for 2. Red Noki's also going to score. 13-14, the Sunshines lead. Not only that, but the Sunshines are now 1 run away from the inning run record. The record was 12 runs from the Kongs, I believe, in the regular season. And the Sunshines look to at least tie that here. They still only have 1 out on the inning. Clutch time, absolutely. The Sunshines looked like they were out of it. Oh, Luigi strikes out there. But we've still got Mario. With Monty Mole after this. That's a deep hit by Mario. That's gone. That's a home run to set the new record for runs scored in an inning. The Sunshines hit 13 on the inning to put them in the lead, 16-13. The Captain Mario breaks that record. The whole team coming together on this one. They've batted through the lineup almost 2 whole times now with Monty Mole up. And Monty Mole gets on base. They want to continue this rally. The Sunshines with all the momentum right now. No way. Absolutely. This is ridiculous. And Blue Noki is still going. They get another base hit. I do also just want to take a second to admire that the score is 13-16 in the bottom of the third. We are less than halfway into this game. Oh, strikeout ends the inning there for the Sunshines, but I think they're pretty happy with that inning. That's ridiculous. Fire Bro hits that one foul. And that one gets hit deep down the left field line from Fire Bro. He'll get on base for a double with that one. Hammer Bro. Hoping to bring in his brother. But he gets thrown 2 balls to start off the at-bat. And he clobbers that one. That is gone. That's going to put the Monsters down by just 1. The Monsters, despite that incredible inning from the Sunshines, they have not stopped their offense either. I think both of these teams are going to keep piling on runs for the rest of this game. This is going to be a race to the finish line. We could easily see a new record for most runs in a game. I believe the record was 29 runs scored by the Greats in the regular season. We're at 15 for the Monsters and 16 for the Sunshines halfway through the game. That record could definitely fall as well. But a great double play there for the Sunshines. They're looking to get the out here against Darkbones so they don't have to face Bowser again. Pop fly, but it gets down. A shallow hit, and that ties the score, 16-16. And Bowser is back up to bat. He takes 2 quick strikes, though. He's looking for the right pitch. But he doesn't find it. He strikes out, and that ends the inning. Gives the Sunshine's offense another chance to score. Probably not 13 runs again. Especially not with that start. First out on the first batter. Red Pianta drills this one through the infield. That'll be a base hit. 1 runner on. And Red Noki wants to bunt this one. She'll change her mind, but it's still a strike. That's a foul bunt. She's holding the bunt still. Why? And that goes foul. She's out. Terrible decision there. You do not want to bunt at 2 strikes. Yellow Pianta will hit that one, but it's caught by Dry Bones, and that's it. That's the inning. Score is still tied. Tied at 6 teams going into the 5th inning. Boomerang Bro with a great line drive there. He'll get to second base very safely. Forgotten variant says, bruh. Yeah, after a 13-run inning, you'd think the Sunshines would be able to do at least something there. Guess not. Ooh, but a star pitch there. Still hit by Bowser Jr. It is hit foul, but I'm just astonished he made contact with that. And they end up getting the out at third there with that one. So they don't get Bowser Jr. out, but they do still get an out from that. Put Mario back in the outfield, bring in Blue Noki to pitch. I like that call. With the way this game is going, that's probably not going to be their closer, even though it's the 5th inning. They're going to send Bowser Jr. home. They're going to definitely make it. And the Monsters take the lead, 17-16. For how well the Sunshines did in that one inning offensively, they've done terribly this game defensively. Letting up an average of 4 runs on an inning? That's ridiculous. They've got a 2-2 count on Hammer Bro, and he doesn't swing at that one. They get a strikeout. Blue Noki's done a solid job of pitching here. And Red Noki's able to get that one with a dive. They'll end the inning there. With just 1 from the Monsters. Now the Sunshines have another good chance to bring some runners in. Take the lead back. They'll hit that one foul. Watch that one. Straight down the middle. And Luigi strikes out. And up comes Mario next. He'll get a great slap. Easy on base. They got Monty Mole now. Monty Mole does seem to be the deciding factor. If he does well, the team does well. If he doesn't do well, well, then the team struggles a little bit. Ooh, that was an impressive pitch. That was a good hit from Monty. It's a little high. Can Dry Bones get there? Yes. Oh. Good placement from Monty Mole, but way too high. Gave him way too much time. I've never once seen a pickoff attempt work in this game. Swing and a miss there for Noki. In a 2-out situation with a runner on. She'll swing again. Ooh, that was a close pitch. She's got a good eye. That one's drilled deep to the outfield, and it gets down. Gets down for a safe base hit. 2 runners on for Blue Pianta. Hoping to drive something in here, but they'll hit it straight to Bowser Jr. in right field. Another 0 for the Sunshines. They had such a great inning to come back and take the lead. It'd be so disappointing if they failed after that. Oh, and they have a Red Pianta in the outfield now. Uh-oh. That's not good. They're stealing with both runners now. Oh, and they're going to send one home now. Monsters are up 18-16. Still no outs on the inning. 2 runners on. And Bowser up to bat. This game has again shifted favor towards the Monsters this time, as they look to solidify their lead. But instead, Bowser's going to star hit, and Blue Pianta easily catches that one with a dive. That was a crazy star swing from Boomerang Bro. But he manages to drill that one into the outfield. That'll bring another runner home. 19-16. Monsters are up 3. Bowser Jr. takes 2 quick strikes. Third one goes foul. And he strikes out there. Now they've got Fire Bro with 2 runners on. That one's clobbered. That's another home run for the Monsters. Another 3-run homer. That's 22-16. The Monsters lead. The Sunshines are going to need another huge inning if they want to come back in this one. This series could be over right here. Sunshines are changing pitchers again, this time Blue Pianta. Pitching to Hammer Bro, and that's another home run. First pitch from Blue Pianta, and it's drilled. Absolutely crushed by Hammer Bro. That just adds a final nail to the coffin, really. Rubbing salt in the wound at this point. It's 23-16. The Sunshines have 2 more chances. Crazy high score this game, yeah. The total score is ridiculous. And honestly, both of these teams have really high scores. Great shot there from Green Noki. Goes up the middle. She gets on base and gets a star for Red Pianta. And he'll slap it over to right field. That'll be another base hit. 2 runners on for Red Noki. She gets another great slap over to right field. And that's bases loaded for none other than Yellow Pianta. The absolute star of the last series against the Greats. Does he have it for another big moment? No, but he'll manage to get another base hit, and that'll continue the rally. Bringing up Luigi. Luigi's charging. He wants it. Swing and a miss there. And he strikes out. Unfortunate for Luigi. But that brings up Mario. The chance to go big. Ooh, he'll drill that one right to Hammer Bro. And that's going to be a double play to end the inning. From bases loaded, they only managed 1. They'll have 1 more chance. But they do have to stop the Monsters here. It's a good start. That's a good start. 2 more dry bones. And you gotta get these 2 dry bones out. You cannot let Bowser step up to the plate again. That'll be 1 on base. They're looking for a double play now, the Sunshines are. But instead, Dark Bones will get that one down. and advance Dry Bones to the corner. Bowser now has a myriad of options. He could go for a sac fly, a 3-run home run, just a base hit. He could go for a star hit. He'll just slap this one up the middle. That'll score another runner. 24-17. Boomerang Bro now. Takes 2 quick fastballs from Blue Pianta. And whiffs a star swing on the last one. That brings up Bowser Jr. with 2 outs. He does have chemistry with Bowser, so that'll boost his power a little bit. But 2 quick strikes. And the Sunshines are looking to end this offensive charge. Not quite. That is a high ball. Off the wall. That's going to score 2 runners. And put Bowser Jr. on third. A 2 RBI triple for him. And Firebro drills this one deep. That brings in another runner. 27-17. Another 10-run lead for the Monsters. They've had a 10-run lead twice in this game. But what's even crazier is that the Sunshines came back from it the first time. Can they do it again? They need to stay alive in this series. If they don't, it's over. Monty Mole hits that one high, and it gets down. That's a base hit for him. Blue Noki. Swing and a miss on that one. Another swing and a miss. And she'll strike out looking. That was a crazy good pitch, though, from Green Bones. That's a strong hit, but it's right to Blue Dry Bones. 1 more out, and the Monsters are champions. Strike 1. A star hit from Green Noki, but it goes foul. Another star hit from Noki. They use it again and get on base. 2 runners on for Red Pianta. They'll slap and it goes foul. That's strike 1. Swing and a miss is strike 2. And that look is strike 3. That's the game. The Bowser Monsters are the superstars. They've won it. Winning the series 4-1. What a game. The Monsters performed well all season, performed well in every single one of these games. The Sunshines thought they were keeping up with them, but then they just turned it up to 11 in this last game, scoring 27 runs off of 32 base hits. They stranded only 5 runners in this game. Meanwhile, the Sunshines got 30 base hits and only scored 17 runs off of it. Fire Bro is crowned the MVP for this final game. And he deserved it. 5 hits, 7 RBI, and 2 home runs. Bowser also did very well. 2 home runs with 8 RBI. And Hammer Bro also had 2 home runs, scoring just 3 RBI from them, though. But every runner got on base at least twice. Most of them 3 times. Dark Bones was batting 1,000 with 3 RBI. Boo. Wow. Yeah, this was kind of the expected outcome. The Monsters were big favorites coming into this. They would have been favorites over every team, but they faced the Sunshines, who were last place in the league. They did a great job even just getting here, frankly. Mario hits a home run, and that's it. And the season ends. Sunshine's pitching. Oh, God. 33, 33, 40, 54, 22 ERAs. Absolutely abysmal. Oh! Hammer Bro, 99.99. Wow. That's impressive. That's impressively terrible. Green Bones, though, with 7.7. That's great. Dark Bones with 36. So they didn't have a great ERA either. But once Green Bones got in there, they just really stopped them. Oh, Hammer Bro must have been the mid-inning sub in the third inning, who then gave up 7 runs and didn't even get a single out. So that's 99.9. That's crazy. Lockdown pitcher right there. Yeah, from Green Dry Bones. Or was that ironic talking about Hammer Bro? Well, there they go. The monsters have done it. Green Dry Bones. Yeah, he did a great job. He was who I had as the Monsters starting pitcher for most of the season, but Red Dry Bones does technically have better pitching stats, so I subbed him in partway through the season. And he seemed to do fine, but I guess not, you know? The Sunshine's MVP was Hammer Bro, yeah. Gave him the biggest chance they had. And there we have it. The Bowser Monsters. They are your champions. What a phenomenal season this was. These playoffs were very exciting. The Islanders almost upsetting the Monsters. The Sunshine's upsetting the Monarchs and the Greats. Really phenomenal season we had. I was very happy to be able to share it with you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Season 2 will hopefully start at some point. I mean, I really got to figure out what I'm doing for that. I'm gonna be real. I have a couple ideas. Things will be brought up in the Discord server. Oh, look at that. The shameless plug. But yeah, this was a wonderful end to this season, and I look forward to the next one. Farewell.